The following video is a non-profit fan production that bears no affiliation with Sega or WildBrain. All characters presented are property of their respective copyright holders. This video contains themes that may be unsuitable for children. Viewer discretion is advised.
And that one, Polaris, always points north. It's been used by navigators for thousands of years.
The night was quiet at the Castle of Acorn, save for two hushed voices chattering in guarded fervor. A visitor lingered in the princess's chamber, which was quite forbidden. High up on the ivory stone tower, the silhouettes of two young children were barely visible through an arching window against the soft glow of candlelight. Princess Sally Acorn stared up in fascination at the rolling sea of stars outside her window as her closest friend Nicole pointed up into the sky. Surrounding the girls, sprawled out on the floor, were dozens of thick academic tomes. Some were neatly stacked into a finished pile, while the rest were scattered about, open to random pages. The two girls had snuck them out of the royal library that night. They were both far too young to receive permission from Sally's father, the great King Acorn, to peruse the shelves of priceless knowledge, but they had also surpassed what Sally's tutor could offer them. The textbooks varied on topic, including but not limited to medicine, arithmetic, geology, history, chemistry, and Nicole's personal favorite, astronomy. Following her finger, Sally's eyes rested on the brightest little orb overhead. Sally tilted her head, a skeptical smile on her face.
So it's perfectly aligned with Mobius' northern axis. That seems unlikely.
Absolutely. The odds of it occurring are quite literally incalculable. It's pure cosmic coincidence. And even though the axis has shifted quite a bit over the past millennia, it has always corrected itself, so the Polaris will always point north. It's as if Mother Nature herself knows the importance of the North Star.
You don't believe that nature has an awareness for itself, do you? That sounds a little science fiction, don't you think?
Everything was science fiction until discovered otherwise. There's still so much mystery about the universe that we have yet to fully understand. Science is merely a tool to uncover the truths of the universe. It's not the truth in and of itself.
Touché.
Despite being a year younger than Sally, Nicole was just as sharp. Sally loved having Nicole around to challenge her thinking. It was by happenstance that they had even met in the first place. Nicole's mother, one of the many servants in the castle, was forced to bring her daughter along as she performed her duties. Her husband had fallen ill and could no longer watch over Nicole as he worked in the fields outside the castle walls. King Acorn had taken notice of this while escorting the princess to meet her private tutor. Recognizing the servant's long history of diligent work, he offered to allow her daughter to accompany Sally to tutoring. Nicole was a timid little girl at that time. Neither her nor Sally knew what she was capable of. It took a few days of poring over books and sitting through insufferable, long-winded lectures, but soon Nicole realized that she understood even the most challenging of formulas with utmost clarity. It wasn't until Sally had asked for help on a problem that Nicole really opened up. After a week of barely speaking to each other, Sally had simply slipped a scrap of paper over to Nicole. Curious, Nicole unfurled it while the wheezy old echidna blathered on about the basic elements of physics. She read the words slowly. Her grasp on written language was still in development.
Can you help me with the third equation?
Nicole's eyes swept over to the chipmunk sitting across from her. She looked straight ahead, sitting up stiffly in her chair. Why, she almost looked nervous. Nicole hesitated before using her own charcoal to scribble an answer back.
Sure. Talk about it after the lecture?
Nicole discreetly slid the paper back to the princess. Sally stole a peek at it the first chance she got. When she read Nicole's response, Sally finally looked her in the eye for the first time. She smiled gratefully and gave a short nod in confirmation. Nicole couldn't help but smile warmly back. Sally's eyes were blue, Nicole realized. The kind of blue that shimmers like sunlight on the ocean, as if she held the entire sparkling sea within her irises. They spent that entire afternoon by the palace fountain, discussing what they had learned. Solving Sally's problem had only taken a few minutes. It was a simple physics question. But they both found themselves enjoying their time as they dissected their learning, so much so that they talked long into the night. Almost every night for 5 months, the girls would spend hours comparing notes, theorizing, critiquing, debating, teaching, and learning. Whenever it came time for Sally to retreat to bed, she would sneak Nicole into her bedroom, where they would continue their routine in a cushiony fort made of pillows and blankets. And when that was no longer good enough, they would tiptoe into the library and tactfully borrow a book or two. Or 10.
I say, this is the third time this week I've seen the princess parade about with that peasant girl.
Isn't that the servant's daughter?
Sally's fondness of Nicole soon became a rather controversial topic among the members of the royal court, especially the parents of the other children. Whispers glided past pompous lips that the princess preferred to socialize with commoners, which, to be fair, was rather accurate. Sally had developed a certain distaste for the staged showmanship of royal life. Even before turning 6 years old, Sally was quite aware of just how phony it all was. That was part of why Sally liked Nicole so much. She wasn't a gaudy autocrat's daughter sneering down her nose at anybody. She wasn't a stuck-up heiress drenched in perfume thick enough to make Sally gag. She was just another kid. Nicole was the first person Sally had ever met who treated her like, well, just Sally. In Sally's eyes, they were true equals. For that very reason, King Acorn gently but very firmly directed Sally never to appear in the court with Nicole. This decision frustrated the princess, but it was hard to ignore a command like that. Of course, he never said anything about the entire rest of the castle, so in a smug sort of defiance, Sally invited Nicole to join her at every available moment of the day, spending as little time in the court as possible. They ate together, played together, studied together, napped together, and almost never went anywhere near the court. That didn't help with the rumors, but Sally struggled to care. Being with Nicole had quickly become the one thing Sally looked forward to the most every day. Sally could hardly believe that there had ever been a time in her life without Nicole. And in her mind, as the girls dove to the floor to crack open another book with their tails swishing happily, Sally refused to fathom what life would be like without Nicole ever again. Nicole took great care not to make a sound as she crept through the abandoned halls. She had stayed in the castle later than usual that night, and it was likely that her mother had already taken notice of her absence. She needed to get home as quickly as possible. With practiced stealth, Nicole darted throughout the inner workings of the grand castle. Once outside, she would simply squeeze under the small hole she had dug underneath the giant steel gate that surrounded the entire perimeter. Unfortunately, that chance never came.
Please remain calm. You are encouraged to accompany this unit to speak to an official immediately.
I wasn't breaking in. I promise. I don't have anything in my pockets either.
Please remain calm. You are encouraged to accompany this unit to speak to an official immediately.
Oh no. I've never been caught before. Will I be imprisoned? Banished? Oh, surely not executed. Most of the palace staff knows who I am. They know I'm not a thief. Then again, King Acorn doesn't seem to really like me that much. Maybe he would accuse me of being a spy just so that he could have an excuse to get rid of me. Ouch!
We have arrived.
What the War Ministry? What are we doing here?
My dear child, are you all right? You look terribly frightened.
Towering over Nicole was the Minister of War. Nicole had never met him in person before, but it was impossible to mistake him for anyone else. He was one of 2 humans left in the kingdom. No one else was quite as tall or round or had such a huge mustache. Standing before her with a kind look of concern was none other than Julian Kintabor.
You mean I've been chosen specifically?
Indeed you have, dear girl. I do apologize if the security bots gave you the wrong impression. I simply required your assistance straight away.
Thank you so much, Doctor. I promise I'll do whatever I can to help.
Please don't mind Colin. He's merely here to facilitate the experiment as an extra pair of eyes, to ensure we get the results we need.
Right. So what do you want me to do? Is it important? Can I tell my mom about it?
Sweet child, there is nothing more important. What we're doing here tonight will have the power to change the fate of Mobius.
I'm ready. Just tell me what to do.
Oh, it's quite simple, really. All we have to do is have you run a little test of my newest creation. Now then, let's see how it fits.
The satellite is in place, Uncle Julian. We're ready to begin the transfer.
Excellent. Don't worry, dear. You won't feel a thing.
I don't understand, Uncle Julian. We went through so much effort to lure the girl. Was she truly the most qualified subject for this matter? Surely the time and resources exercised to poison her father and draw her to the castle could have been spent better elsewhere?
For our purposes, yes. She was. The little experiment could be the key to seizing control of Mobius. If I'm going to build an organically powered supercomputer, then I need a brain sophisticated enough to handle the transformation. And children, on top of being incredibly easy to manipulate, of course, stand a greater chance of melding to the machine. The lack of experience makes their brains too weak to resist. The princess is likely more developed than this one, but the whole kingdom would come looking for her if she disappeared. It would only be a matter of time before we were discovered. But this one, no one will ever miss her. Can you hear me?
I was dead.
Oh dear, that must have been dreadful. Did you really think for a moment that you were anything special? That I might need the help of a child to save the fate of our kingdom? You are one fool out of millions, blindly stumbling over each other in search of magic beans. You were chosen not because I needed you, but rather, I need your brain. Serve me well. You live. Disobey me, and I will ensure you suffer 1,000 such deaths.
What? Everything is dark. Where am I? What happened to me? My energy! What are these? Windows? I can see the lab. Dr. Kinzabor. Me? But it's like looking through a camera. Those aren't my eyes. Where are my eyes?
Can you hear me?
Kinzabor. But his voice sounds different.
I was dead.
Oh dear, that must have been dreadful.
He's mocking me. I do not like that at all. What is going on? Now I'm mad. Hindenburg did something bad to me. The machine. The satellite. I felt myself leaving. But I haven't left fully. I'm tethered. Stuck in this directionless chasm. What did he do? What? Digitization of the consciousness? How did I think of that? It's like the knowledge just came to me. Where did it... He's torturing me. King Dwarf stole my mind, and now he's casually torturing the body I left behind.
Serve me well. You live. Disobey me, and I will ensure you suffer 1,000 such deaths.
Yeah, I'm doing it again. I think I have to think of something. I have to do something. Stop! Oh my gosh. That actually worked. Why did that work? Dr. Hindenburg and Colin, they're both frozen in place like statues. Curious. Well, there's that rush of information again. Telepathic manipulation. Fascinating concept. Let's test it. Just to be sure. Walk to the left side of the room. Now, the other side. I can't believe it! How's that for science fiction, Sally? I have no idea how this could have happened. Clearly, Hindenburg didn't expect it either. He was trying to make a brain-powered supercomputer. But I'm still in control. So I'm a computer now. And all that information, that was just a taste of the sum of all written Mobian knowledge, neatly cataloged at my fingertips just for me.
Snively, what is happening?
I don't know, sir.
Oh, you two. Stop talking. What am I going to do with you? Let me see. Aha! Hindenburg. There's a prototype laser rifle on your workshop desk. Pick it up. Point it at yourself.
You're fully aware, aren't you? You're aware of everything you're doing, but you're powerless to stop it. You're powerless to stop me. Amazing. Minutes ago, you were a hero to me. A god to me. Now look at you. You're nothing. You're less than nothing. Seeing you tremble like this gives me a satisfaction I've never known before. You were right, Doctor. What we have done here does have the power to change Mobius. But I don't think I need you to do it. I can make anyone do anything. I can eliminate the world's problems in a day. I will single-handedly end every conflict on Mobius, thanks to you. Because now, I can take away.
I can take away free will. That sounds... wrong. That sounds downright evil. But I'm not evil. But maybe if I just nudge everyone in the right direction without forcing them to do anything... Wait, they're still frozen. Am I still making them do that? I release you? Uh-oh. Are they stuck like that permanently? Whoa, there's that swelling of information again. Uninstalling core parts of my mind that enable full cognitive function and sealing them may possibly undo the hold I placed on them. That's practically suicide. I can't do that. There has to be another way. What's this? A simulation program? Do I have programs? Cool. Don't go anywhere, you two. This could take a minute. I don't believe it. Billions and billions of simulations, each testing the tiniest deviations to the fullest extent, and they all ended the same way. Everyone on Mobius as mindless drones of a single hive, and me as the queen. No one to talk to. No one to create. No one to share even the barest of joys with. An all-knowing, all-powerful goddess, surrounded by ants. Should I go through with it anyway? Would it matter that no one has free will if I did what's best for them? What about Sally? She would never forgive me for such a thing. And I couldn't violate her like that. No matter what, I can never use my power on her under any circumstance. But that isn't good enough. The slightest tampering could snowball into the worst-case scenario. I have no other choice. If I still had a heart, I imagine that it would be hurting right now. Both of you will forget everything that happened tonight as soon as we're done here. Now, King Tabor, get your tools out. And you, Colin, fetch me King Acorn.
Sally, I must speak with you.
Okay.
Please look at me, Sally. Loss is difficult, Sally. It's a crime that you had to experience it again so young. But it is only difficult. It is, like everything in this world, temporary.
It doesn't feel temporary.
In time, loss ceases to be a burden that we carry. Instead, it becomes more of a mark. The damage will always be done, and it will never fully heal. But we move on. We endure. We survive. It's all we can do.
I don't want to move on! I don't ever want to forget her!
Forget her? No, never forget her. Moving on is not about forgetting the time that you had. Moving on is about remembering the time that you had. And accepting that it is all gone.
I miss her, Daddy. I miss her so much.
Give me to Sally.
I know it could never in any way replace what you've lost in your friend. But I have something for you. It's not much, but it may provide some form of companionship while you grieve for your friend. The chefs are preparing dinner. Come down when you're ready.
How does this work?
Greetings, user. This unit is ready to serve.
What are you?
This unit is a handheld personal computer. How may this unit help you, user?
I don't know. Just start by calling me Sally instead of user. Please?
Affirmative, Sally.
Is it okay if I call you Nicole?
Affirmative, Sally. This unit's designation has been registered as Nicole. How else may I help you?
I don't think you can help me. I just lost my best friend. And I'll never see her again.
Oh, we'll see about that. Little do you know, I have access to the entire database of Mobitropolis's public records. Surely a security bot picked up something useful. Here we go.
What? Is that a hologram? I remember this. That's Nicole and I. The last day we played together by the palace fountain. I slipped moments after this. I tried to grab Nicole to keep me steady, but I just dragged her into the water with me instead. I thought she might be upset at me, but we both just laughed when we came back up. We were both so happy, all the time. I guess we thought it would be like this forever. Oh, Nicole!
Yes, Sally?
I wasn't talking to you! I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I won't do that again. I won't ever do that again. Just please show me that picture again.
Of course, Sally.
Thank you, Nicole.
Sally, your dinner's growing cold.
Coming!
I love you, Sally. Beginning uninstallation process now.
Mixing the taste